Aaron's Hilux! Aaron's Hilux! Aaron's Hilux!
Am I taking the cover off? Put the camshaft in?
We're not putting the camshaft in it.
Put the camshaft in there. In here. There's a camshaft in here. It's a bumpy stick. It's a lumpy.
Am I going to hear this the whole time? Yeah. Every time you're going to say that, aren't you? Jace, the engine was in there. What did you do?
Well, the wood-mounted system apparently wasn't good enough.
It wouldn't work.
Well, probably would have put some coach screws through or something. Dyno bolt it, or whatever. So,
in our vicinity, we have some parts. Lots of parts, boxes of parts, and boxes of parts, and they're all going to go into this truck.
And a puller that only did half the job.
Yeah, it was a poor puller. Jason's not great on the puller. So the goal is give this engine a bit of a circumcision and make it about an inch shorter on the front. And that way it's going to give us lots more room when it goes into the car. So it's an LS2 engine, and it's going to be like a L98 or LS3, I think, are the same down the front. So the pulleys and the pulley position are going to be shorter. We've got some bits out of Australia, good bunch of guys over there, and they gave us all the bits that we're going to need. There's a bell housing up in there, which is the one we often use, but it isn't the one that it's going to work, so I've got another bell housing. So I'm trying to sort out a new supplier for bell housing. And Jace is into this, sorting out that engine. So he's going to take a little bit of time.
You got the camshaft in the way? Like it's just in here. It's just in here. Undo this. It comes out.
There was a block in here. There's a spacer block.
That spacer is on the water.
Oh, that's that space. Yep. So this should theoretically now go all the way back, and that's how much we're taking up that space. So that's about the distance we're going to save off the front pulleys, and we're getting rid of this bell nose water pump, which is very long. Unlike me. And we're going to the short nose water pump. There's also a sump. Where's our sump? Have you opened the box for the sump?
I haven't. It's there.
I want to open the box for the sump.
No, I'm in the front. You can open the box. Let's get into an unboxing. Look at those YouTubers now that do unboxing.
Unboxing. Yeah, we actually need to do another unboxing, to tell you the truth.
Ooh, spanky.
We probably should see if it's going to fit in the hole. Oh, baby.
Ooh. That's very fresh, isn't it? Oh, look, race car's got flaps.
It's got flaps. Flappy flaps. So this is a Aeroflow sump. We'll set it up there and see if it fits. It's going to fit.
How many bolts hold that in there?
2 or 3.
Might need a touch.
This isn't the easiest way to do it, mate. What's in the bag?
Look at the other half and fucking stuff it.
Here's some more parts.
Cool.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Do it for me.
I think it's gonna fit. Did it get it back?
Look at that. Actually,
Bring the gearbox forward an inch.
wouldn't make any sense to bring the gearbox forward an inch when we're trying to make it an inch shorter. That steering rack, hopefully I've got a diesel one of these ones because they're different. Oh, sorry, a four-wheel drive one, not a diesel one.
This is diesel.
Yeah, this is a diesel. Well, it was. How far to the back of the engine does the back sump bolt sit?
Flush.
Flush?
Yeah, one right at the back, one right at the back.
And it's up high, eh? Grab the back of the sump. It goes up to...
Yeah. See? It's weird.
Yeah, that fits nice. Look at that. Fits. It's like a bought one.
Yeah, because you actually passed the bell housing there.
Now it's going to fit nice. Perfect. That solves that problem. It's success.
Finalise that decision.
Yep. Now that's
Well, it looks like it.
it's a VC LS1 Commodore sump.
Oh, that's fine. Is that not a 350 of sorts?
Yeah, so that's like a modern 350.
Yeah.
So it's actually an LS2, but same platform, and that sump is when you put that into a VC Commodore, and apparently now a late model Hilux. The custom sump for the late model Hilux, which seems to fit perfect. Alright, back to work. So this is the bell housing we would normally use, but there's a bit of an issue at present with the suppliers there. The man's getting old and retiring, and this is a possible replacement. That is massive.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive. So that one will take the big flywheel without a problem, eh? This one we'd normally have to take a bit of meat out here to fit the big flywheel, and I think, have you got the torque converter? Or the flexi plate?
No. Flywheel's in the back.
Can you grab me the flywheel?
We've already looked at it. We just didn't.
Because it was touching it here, eh?
And maybe there and there.
So that needed. So this one's marginally for the 168 tooth, whereas this one should fit the big one in fine, but it doesn't really fit the vehicle.
No.
I'll try not to fall over, eh? Putting the small block in after having the big block in here. So we're going to take some ribs off here,
Yep.
and it sticks out. Does that one not stick out as far? Through here?
Oh no.
Because that one's very square, going over the top here, isn't it?
It does look a little deeper, eh? No, that one does this. Curves off.
Yeah, it goes smoother down. Okay, if we take some ribs off, are we going to make it fit? I think we'll take some ribs. Take those ribs, that's going to give us another 10 mils of lift.
But you never ever get the gearbox out.
We'll never get the gearbox out. You've got to lift the engine out to take it a bit. Would we get the gearbox out with that one on it? This is just sitting here, eh?
The belt, it's not bolted on. It's just sitting. Like if you lift the. I think you'd have more of a chance of getting that belt housing out than that one.
Can you pass me that one?
Is this actually Alex one as well?
350 Chev.
So this one's 350 Chev, which is modified, and one supplier that we normally use, they've modified it correctly. This one won't fit normal LS starter motors. And just to make it fun, the supplier of this one didn't send our starter motor. Holy jeez, look at the difference in size.
Yeah, massive, and that'll go up no problem.
Would we get that box out? I still don't think we'd get that box out anyway.
No, you might do, because you've got a couple of inches back there, and then you... Oh, you're bloody close, wouldn't it?
I think if you gave the firewall a little gentle
Clearance.
on either side, you probably might get it out.
Smash it with a hammer.
Clearance it.
Oh, no, not quite. There's a slight difference in smashing, isn't it?
This is why I'm in the office.
For finesse.
This is why I'm in the
Finesse
office.
it.
Or finagle it, or just gently massage it.
Gently massage. So this is the difference here. That one's very much sloped down.
Yeah.
This one's very much over the top by comparison, and that department there.
Yeah. I think it's just fit the big clutch, isn't it?
This will be, yeah, it'll be fit the big clutch, big clutch. And that one, you can fit the big clutch if you take a little bit out of here, but we've got that starter issue. Okay.
What's the starter issue?
The bulge. This one here, the bulge is too low.
It's not low enough.
So this one, you can see the starter pinion engages up in here,
Oh, okay.
and it can be the other side as well. But I've cast this high, so right up here, where this one would need to cast right up through here.
No.
Your pointy stick's gone. Yeah, it's tight. It's tight. Well, let's shove it in and see what happens. Shove it in, see how it looks. Otherwise, we may have to work on adapting that one.
Adjustment.
It's easier on a four-wheel drive, just do a body lift.
But this guy doesn't want to look at two-wheel drive. He doesn't make it look like something.
Just to make the challenge a bit more fun. A bit more fun, yeah. Let's do it.
The engine lifting bracket. The nut that comes through, I'll just go on the fucking corner of it.
Oh, yep. Okay, so that just take the edge off the bow housing.
Yeah.
So it actually doesn't. That needs that gone.
Yeah,
Righto. Okay. Okay. So the engine's sitting in there.
But we can't go down more because of these. Because it's too wide.
Okay, so there's bars in the way.
Yep.
But that actually looks like a pretty good height there.
I reckon the head's about right because it's just hard to touch the firewall on the side. I think it needs a rock. Come round this way towards me a little bit. But sitting there.
It sits. Does this one sit further into the engine bay?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's longer. Is it longer?
It might be.
Clearance down here is pretty good. And if we went back with this sump, we'd only be able to go back 10 mils, and then we get a steering rack.
Yeah, but we can't go down anymore anyway because the cross member and the bottom of the back were underneath the bow housing.
Okay, so that's as far down as it'll go.
Yeah.
But that other bow housing goes down just as far, doesn't it?
No, we didn't get it that far because we had the
Sump.
Yeah.
But the bottom of the engine should be about the same place.
Yeah.
So we should put a mounting bracket in here pretty quickly. Will an engine sit on a piece of 4x1? We'll get a engine mount bracket to slip in there, eh?
So the power steering's going to be a bit of an issue with the engine mount. But they can go, I figure we can just flick that up, that hollows all up and around, like we did on the other one. Come around, both of them.
Maybe we just swap that mount out because you got fouling on that AC bracket anyway. Maybe we just build mounts that come sort of straight out and sit on the top of the chassis.
And you also got the header as well. The header's quite tight on the side.
Got that header up because it's just normal bolts. 240. Yeah, 240. So we're technically 30 mils too low, which would give us more clearance on that steering, to the exhaust. And we can't come across to your side, to the driver's side, because the sump valve's on that bracket, but we could cut that bracket off the rack.
That bracket's can disappear. It's not a problem. Yeah, bracket is
The steel mounting, the new sump mounting system should work good well. Get the welder up, good well. The new sump mounting system, we'll just go to the welder, buzzer up,
Yep.
zoom zoom.
Funny vibration. Where they mate. Just,
We're 30 mils low. We're 30 mils low here.
Yeah.
So this should be up 30 and technically about 20 mils over.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter if we don't get that too much.
Because we've got plenty of room here. We've got no room here.
Ah, right. So if we move it over.
Like we moved over 10 mil and then gave this a bit of a...
Yep, so that's going to give us that. So this has got to leave.
Yeah. Plus we're actually sitting on this cross member on the bow with that rib. So that rib could probably come off as well.
Yeah, but that's going to be up higher. If we give it 30 mils here,
We're not, I mean, we were going to get 30 mil from. We're not going to get 30 mil.
we're going to get,
10.
that's going to get that up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Remember, 30 mils here isn't 30 mils back here.
Yeah.
How are we looking in these?
Cheap.
Was there a second one? That second one.
The banjo one. There. And it's clear of the...
That was a banjo.
Well, no, that's a banjo on the four-wheel drive.
Yeah. Have we got a, did a four-wheel drive, did one turn up in that box?
No, I'm not sure.
We'll have to have a look. Hopefully.
An awful won't work here.
Yeah, so we got that unit to fit the oil footer there. Oh, because the exhaust go above that.
No, just grab the oil filter unit that I
Here's
prepared.
one I prepared earlier.
What is it?
Exhaust here.
He'll come out here.
That'll be fine.
Mate. Trip. That's all that, bro. See, we brought that for a reason, Kevin.
We got that for a reason. What's the distance of this bell housing?
This is the back.
Oh, it's out here.
Where you put the other one?
Where I put all the others. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's the same. So it doesn't... I think on the last one, I ended up moving the box back another 5 mils. But I did that because I had front clearance issues. But we've done, because you've got that pulley kit on,
We've got a shit ton of room in front.
we got a heap of room, yeah.
We'll rate it as here.
We just got to watch that alternator clutch on the front, that pulley, drive pulley on the front.
We'll rate it as here.
Righto, so if you hook it out after lunch, this is getting cut off, that's leaving.
That mount.
How, I think, see 20 mils at the front is going to even that up a bit straighter as well.
I don't think the mounting is take off the bottom of the chassis here.
Yeah, I think we'll be building complete mounts for this one, eh? Moving it right up. But I can see this working. I can.
Yeah, I can see what we can do.
I've got to, and that'll help us clear around that steering, because that steering is super close. So if you move the mount above that steering, we might be able to leave the steering a lot closer to standard and not have to modify it.
I reckon
we may have to look at doing a new mount for that there to support that properly.
Yeah.
Or supporting it up here. Okay, looking good.
I think we're going to end up having to trim that knob off.
No, just take it off. I think we're past that, just take it off.
Yeah, watch out first, man. This is right there, right.
Just get rid of that, just 20 mils, Jace, that's going to be right into that. So I think you should just take it off. Awesome. Looks good. Spigot bearing too.
We can measure that. It's quite...
Yeah, so I actually think our adapter is going to work in that one. So I think next test fit, slam that adapter in with a bearing in it.
Yep.
And we can check our penetration. I like checking penetration.
Problem, yeah, taking it out. If it doesn't work, taking it out's going to be fun.
Welder. Shrink it. It'll work.
I think it'll work.
It'll go up.
It'll go up.
Oh, it'll go up a little
It'll
bit.
go up. So we're going to massage that some more.
Where's the other adapter, Jace?
On the bench.
Yeah. So that one taps in and sits out
Way further than that one.
way further than that one. Wait, no it doesn't. Goes in like that. So it only sticks out that far. This one on the other hand sticks out
No.
an extra few millimeters. So we may need to just need to check that we've got enough going into the back of the crank there. And if so, we can get another so many millimeters taken off there. I'd much prefer a bearing over a bush.
What's it for?
So that's your spigot adapter. So your spigot adapter fits in, of course. And it's different sizes, Toyota to Chev.
Oh, okay.
And so that one sits out, yeah, it's sitting out that many millimeters.
Yeah, very nicer than
Right.
a
What have we got? We go. Yep. I would go with that one with a few mils machined off it.
There's a machine the inside of it, push the bearing back in further.
Or machine the inside and push the bearing back in further. Either or.
Oh, hang on, I'll just put them on my magical lathe.
Yep, you do that. That's not clearance.
It's more than it had.
How's your conversion sex going today? Day of conversion sex? I turn up, the engine's in. I come back, the engine's out. I come back, the engine's in. You've just spent all day shoving it in and out. Centre of the crank pulley. Mate, I wanted 270. That's as close to 270 as I would expect.
If you took the bow out of your engine mount,
No, that would be bad. It'd be too high. You need the bow to get the right amount of height.
you measure side to side.
That looks good. Have we actually got clearance here? Hey Jace, if I'm using a feeler gauge, using my tape measure as a feeler gauge, there's clearance.
Yep.
It is not touching. Yep, wicked. I can't measure the side to side, this side. Up here, it's too high.
It's too high.
Either it's too high or I'm too short.
I can measure it.
350? It's not quite 350.
353.
Pretty close. Probably needs to go, to make it perfect, it needs to go driver's side by about 3 millimeters. 3 or 4 millimeters. Looks good in there, eh?
Yeah. You have to give it some artificial clearance.
And you've got some good clearance here.
Yeah, there's heat clearance here. We should be able to get that line in real easy because it's right there. It's that line. Probably put the factory on back almost.
So that line works.
But I think that banjo fitting will be the go. This mounts, these mounts aren't going to work.
No, the factory, no. We're going to be making our own mounts. Totally making our own mounts.
And there's like,
There's-
there's like clearance everywhere around the bow housing.
Oh, well done. Do you think you can get the box out now?
Maybe.
With the engine, I think you might.
I don't know.
I think you've done a pretty good job there.
If it didn't come out, if you get it out, if it didn't want it, well, the clutch might want to clutch on it, but yeah, no, you probably get it out. If in doubt, cut the other knob of the top off.
Yeah. Well done. That looks fantastic, mate. Looks fantastic. They would have just touched, eh?
Yeah.
It's just. No, I think that was better to be gone. Right,
Didn't need it.
we'll bring it down and we'll have a look at some headers, shall we?
Yeah.
Try and solve that little issue.
Actually, it was more clearance around the bow housing than I thought.
Yeah, no, you did really well. I ordered a 170 degrees, 171. Oh, sorry, a 71. I ordered a 71 degree thermostat for it.
Alright.
Just to take a little bit of pressure off that cooling system.
Out there.
Right. Shove some headers in. Look at that. How are we looking for firewall clearance now? Yeah, that looks about right, eh?
The
It's tight on the lifting hook.
it's close on the
Nah, that's
shield. Heat
heaps
shield.
more room than I did on the last one because I pushed the other one back another 5. So I think we're fine.
Well, that's your side.
Thank you.
I know where the other one is.
I might be walking around with it. My side's fine.
Heaps. It's thinnest.
Yeah, it's not touching. We've got
Yeah, heaps, eh?
we're at a reasonable amount. We'll just have to go directly into a bend,
Yeah.
and I might need to be very careful with my wire for my knock sensors. That'll work.
Didn't these have the knock sensors in the valley? The early ones?
The early ones were in the valley, yeah. Later ones they put them on the outside so you can actually get at them.